fuck game is this?
It's a mystery.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
We're ready to start chapter 4. But before we do, we have some important things we need to discuss.
Yeah?
Yeah, because we finished the last episode that went up on Friday, I believe, was our post-chapter 3 discussion. We recorded that like several weeks ago. In the meantime, we've had some discussions, and you've brought me around to a really interesting... I don't know if it's like a theory or like just like a lens of how to view the game, but like you brought my attention to something very important,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's worth sharing.
Okay. So, I think the theory is, working theory is, magic is abuse. Witches are abusers. The magic of the gold, the original trigger for the Ushiromiya family's cycle of horrible abuse, Kinzo's wealth. The different Beatos that we've seen, to the point where they've got different names and so on.
Yep, all the capitalized ones, right?
Yeah, because everybody's got their own Beato, which is a personification of the abuse they've suffered because of the Ushiromiya family wealth and its cycle of abuse. And admitting the existence of witches is to give in and let it continue. Becoming a witch is to yourself
become an abuser.
And what we've seen 3 arcs so far where it each seems to kind of have somebody at the center and to kind of tell things about their abuse. And it's most explicit with Ava.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But in the previous one, it seemed like Rosa, we heard a bit of her backstory, and she seemed to be manipulated by a witch.
Yeah.
Or what have you. And then if we extend it back and hypothesize that Maria was the one for Act 1.
Yeah, because we've had exactly 3 characters with capitalized names now. And it doesn't line up perfectly. So we're still getting some...
Have we had 3 characters with capitalized names?
Yes. Yes, we have. Maria, Ava, and Angie. Sorry.
Okay.
Very closely at the very end of chapter 3.
Okay.
So like I said, it doesn't line up perfectly, but I'm convinced that you've hit on something key. I don't know if it's like the solution.
It explains what originally got me to it, is that it explains why we have multiple contradictory backstories for Beatrice. It makes sense if it's everybody allegorically re-experiencing their own abuse through the lens of Beatrice.
Right, because we've heard many contradictory things about how Beatrice came to be now.
Mm-hmm.
And that all can't be true. It's a contradiction.
But I still think there's a historical Beatrice. There is a Beatrice.
Yeah.
But whomst and what, it's not clear. But I think there's going to be something underlying.
Yeah, and
that is real that we're going to have to get to the bottom of.
I'm so glad that you had thought of this, because this really changes the way I think about this game now. Because I'm convinced that you're onto something here, and like when we see further examples of magic or witches in the future, that's going to be the lens I'm viewing it from.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how does this relate to that? It could be we show up and it's wrong, but I think you're onto something here.
And the thing with like witches sleeping inside people, like Virgilia, apparently being Kumasawa, makes a lot more sense when we look at those stories of Beato as a child learning magic from Virgilia, and Ava's flashbacks to her own childhood,
or Maria wishing that her mom would come back.
Yep.
Yeah, because there's a whole lot there. The thing it doesn't explain, that it kind of leaves hanging, is the whole realm of witches and stuff. And that's the whole part we just haven't been touching. Because it explains nothing about, okay, then what the hell are Lambda, Delta, and Burncastle? What the hell is...
Yeah, absolutely nothing. It says absolutely nothing about that.
Or like whatever Purgatorio or anything like that. It doesn't begin to address that, which is why it's not like a complete, but I think you got this.
Anyway, sound off in the comments and tell me why I'm wrong.
No, don't.
Don't tell me why I'm wrong, because
Let
then
us
you'll
figure
spoil
it out.
shit.
Yeah.
That's my theory, though.
Actually, can I just one other thing. Our comment section has been great about not spoiling us on stuff.
Yeah.
You guys, like y'all have been really, really consistent about using Rot 13 to talk about spoilery stuff, and we greatly appreciate it. It's nice to be able to interact with y'all, and still let y'all talk about stuff that hasn't happened yet without spoiling the mystery for us. So, thank you. Thumbs up. Alright, anyway, let's start chapter 4. No, I did think that was important to get out. Oh, fuck!
We didn't read it.
Alright, hold on. We'll,
Funny
hold on.
story, we've done this twice.
Stop this. Don't tell them that. Don't tell them that. They don't need to know that. Hold on, let me hop back. We'll cut this part out.
Dawn of the first day.
I really get my head now, huh?
Donald of the first day.
Help me. Stop. No, there wasn't a weird cut there. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, now
Episode
don't
4.
click. Okay.
Alliance of the Golden Witch. Good morning. How shocking that you haven't been forced into surrender even now. By this point, even I am forced to expect a lot from you. Not all of the game takes place on the board. How about taking a little peek outside this time around? They say that if you know your enemy, you need not fight 100 battles. The difficulty level depends on you. The manner in which you fought up to now will greatly influence the difficulty of this game. The world ends with you, Battler-kun.
That's interesting. What does that even mean?
I don't know. I don't know is the thing. I have no idea what it means.
Difficulty depends on me.
Maybe it's like on how much thought you're willing to put into it.
This is the manner up until now. The manner you fought up until now.
Yeah, so how much you've...
What in the past could we have done or not done that would have made this harder? Or easier?
How much we were willing to investigate and think about the mystery on our own.
I guess so.
That's my initial thought. The first day. Oh, right. It's usually like a big sweeping cinematic a little bit way through, right? Oh, hey, there's the main theme.
Comedy sound effects. Everybody likes our
Excellent.
funny comedy game.
Excellent. I mean, it's subjectively a comedy.
Yeah.
People die over and over. It's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what comedy is.
Yeah, it's great. They're fine in the end. So there could be no
Yeah, exactly.
moral downside. Right.
Did you forget? It's okay if you forgot.
You all right, Battler-kun? We're already on the ground, and you can't fall any further than that.
You can't fall any further. Maybe I'm looking too much into that, but what was the last thing we saw at the end of the very last tea party for those who are not human?
Yeah, huh?
Everyone missed me.
Yeah, we all missed Maria.
Yeah.
In the lobby of the Najima airport, Maria dashed around in excitement. Battler's uproar on the plane must have been hilarious.
Hey, Maria, cut that out. I'm sorry, Battler-kun.
You can't stop the ooh train. It's pulling into the station. Ooh woo.
No, there
Ooh woo.
there aren't even trains on Rokkenjima. What the fuck?
You don't have anything. I'm just dying. Clearly, our standards
If
for
the
what
train is
constitutes...
pulling into Rokkenjima and one witch gets on,
It's 3 people get on, and then 1.5 people get off. Right? I forget how it goes.
I'm sorry, Battler-kun. Please don't take it badly.
What a pathetic guy you are. Even with that huge body, you still can't handle vehicles. Shut up. All humans have one or two things they can't handle. I'm switching silly battler voice over to regular battler now. Because there was so much meta battler last time.
That you'd rather have the serious voice in meta, so you don't have to do the silly voice.
I'd rather have the silly voice for regular battler if meta battler's gonna be the one who's doing all this talking.
Okay.
Battler-kun, why don't you come over with your aunt on an overseas trip sometime soon? How about Europe? I'm sure you could manage a half-day trip on a plane.
Stop it, Mother. Battler-kun's dislike for vehicles is probably genetic.
Oh, you mean Asuma-san?
For some reason, she just couldn't handle vehicles. Pretty much anything other than a bicycle or a car. Whenever we tried to go far away, that one was so annoying with that, not this, not that, I'm scared, fall, yeah. Hey! Everyone talking about falling right after we just watched Angie jump from a building.
Yeah?
You can't do that to me.
Children tend to learn that things their parents can't handle are dangerous. I'm sure Battler-kun saw Asumu-san doing something like that, and learned that vehicles are scary.
Already, we're really talking a whole lot about Battler's immediate family now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we know Angie is going to be involved somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't know how yet.
So it's Asuma-san's genes then, is it?
Who knows? Those would be some pretty annoying genes. That's enough talking about Asuma. Right now, you're the one who's here, right?
You're right. Sorry. I got the feeling that we were just fighting like back to back at one point. Like, do you remember that? Did that happen? No? Alright.
Hey, the cars are here.
Wait, why do they need cars from it? Right, going from the airport to the port, if you will.
Mm-hmm. From the airport to the port.
Yep.
Exactly 3 of them. Get in.
Fall! Where's the parachute? And
the distressingly funny sound effects. It's like, why would you do that? Why, you little... Hold on. Stop right there. I'm not funny. I'll send it to you to the little girl tickle punishment.
Being in high spirits is such a wonderful thing. That Battler-kun and Maria-chan, the atmosphere on that plane would have been pretty grim.
Thanks. Also, we mean that literally. Hey, brats. The taxis are here. You can play around later.
Taxi! Oh, I'm getting in first. Oh, there's gonna be so much of me this time around. Everyone's gonna love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Maria.
Everyone... My new sitcom, everyone loves Maria. She just... Every time she walks in, they have to take a 3-minute break for the studio audience to stop applauding her.
And then she just goes, once, and then again.
It'd be weird if she was the Kramer on her own show. Anyway.
Hey, Maria, and you too, Battler-kun, stop fooling around. You'll bump into someone.
The tone of Aunt Rose's voice grew a little frightening. When even Battler realized they were fooling around a bit too much, just as expected, he bumped into someone. Oh, sorry.
Battler-kun, you guys are going in that car. You're keeping them waiting.
After George urged him to hurry on, Battler apologized to the person he had bumped into and ran up to his parents, for telling him to come quickly. He bumped into Angie, right?
Yeah, must be.
Clunking sound, the doors on the 3 taxis were shut one after another, and they departed for the harbor. Oh, where's my mouse? There it is.
When's she gonna show up?
Well, she just did. That's her.
Yeah,
he
but when
obviously just bumped into her.
Yeah, but when's she gonna show up on Rokkenjima, seeing as it doesn't seem like she's in the taxis with the fam?
Right. Well, she can magic her way over there, I'm sure. As their taxis dashed away, the entire world grew suddenly dull and slowed to a halt. The world only exists so far as the Ushiromias. That's...
Oh my god!
Oh, that's... The voices, the wind, and even sound. All of it stopped, and all the people who were trying to move froze like the instant someone takes a photo. Coming to a halt. People and machines and clock hands, even the dust dancing in the wind, were frozen. Some people who were walking froze with one leg still in the air. Scraps of paper dancing in the wind were pinned in midair, frozen in place. Then among the shadows standing still in this unmoving world, a single one stirred. Okay. I get that maybe Battler wouldn't care much seeing someone random person he bumped into. Because she's much older than he would expect Angie to be.
Mm-hmm.
However, she's wearing the crest of the one-winged eagle.
Well, we also don't know for sure that Battler bumped into her. It would make sense.
Okay.
We don't know that for sure.
Like, can you just leave that one part of your outfit off and stop telling on yourself?
No, you have to have the crest of the one-winged eagle.
Okay. It was a girl. The girl Battler had just bumped into. Told you!
Yep.
Though she had moved, it was a truly subtle thing. Her gaze dropped, her shoulders lowered in a minuscule amount. She sighed. That was all. In a normal world, that probably wouldn't even be taken as movement. But in this still world, it looked very out of place. Then something else moved. It's a black cat wandering around the shadows near the taxi rank. Came right up behind the girl, and leisurely changed its form into that of a human. It's me again. The one with... So, look at how big my bangs are. You see that? We got like a full foot of hair hanging off the front of my forehead.
I've got enough bangs that I could fit a second one of my face under there.
This was no cat. It was a witch. Of course, the girl was also a witch. The witch stood still, her gaze still downwards. She muttered.
I can't stop everyone from going to Rokkenjima, can I?
You cannot. On October 4th, 1986, you are not here.
If I were, would stopping everyone really have been possible?
Well, I can't imagine what a 6-year-old girl could do to make them turn back. Still, that's right. If you were in this place, the probability wouldn't have even been 0. The probability wouldn't have been 0. Whether there's a probability greater than 0, I can stick out a miracle.
If I hadn't been sick, and they hadn't left me behind...
With her head facing downwards, the witch tightened her fists. They were trembling very slightly. You were sick in bed starting on October 3rd, 1986, and Beato's game board is sealed off starting October 4th. You are not given a chance to avoid getting sick. In other words, it would normally be absolutely impossible for you to enter her game board.
Thanks for being patronizing. I know that. I know that just seeing Father, Mother, and Oni-chan healthy like this, even that alone, is a spectacular miracle.
Angie had tried to stand in the way of her family, attempting to stop them from leaving the airport and heading towards Rokkenjima. However, it was impossible for her to exist in October 4th, 1986, so she couldn't do it. Even though her brother had only bumped into her and apologized, even though he hadn't realized she was his own little sister, it had been such a miracle that she could cry. So she can't be herself. But could she be someone that could have been there?
Maybe. Oh.
Like, can she take on someone else's appearance or pretend to be them? Or
similarly, we've definitely seen people.
And she was just a face in the crowd there, and that was fine because that was plainly something that could have been okay. But
we've seen people show up who weren't originally there, or not show up who were. Given that Beatrice sometimes shows up and sometimes doesn't, it seems like. So as long as she's not herself, maybe it's fine.
Maybe
she could be somebody else and show up.
Well, not herself, as long as she's someone who could be there. On the game board, as it were.
Sorry about the sarcasm. I just kind of talk that way at all times. I won't waste the miracle you've given me.
I'm glad to hear it. Come, let us go with them. To Rokkenjima. All of the pieces are already gathered.
The curtain will open on the 4th game. By this time, Beato and Battler will already be seated.
Rokkenjima. to where everyone's fates changed. The Rokkenjima of October 4th, 1986. What happened on that day? I'll expose it. I'll learn what it is. And I'll bring them back.
As she stood there with her fists still clenched, she surely turned up her face to the heavens. A single teardrop from the depths of her eyes dripped down into the air. And when time started moving again, the two witches' figures were swallowed up by a blowing gale and erased in an instant. Huh. Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Cool. Oh. I really like the main theme to Umineko. It's very good.
It is.
Oh, that's what Rokkenjima looks like. Is it the first time we've seen it top down?
I don't know.
We've seen a ton of side shots of it. Oh, sassy battler, sassy Beato. Thanks, Hats Unlimited.
We've seen a fairly limited number of hats. Pretty much just... Well, several of the witches have hats, but that's
true.
Pretty limited.
Wait, being a witch means you get a hat. Canon has a hat. Canon's a witch.
Fuck.
QED. Battler's not a witch because he doesn't have a hat. Really?
Hey.
They're that important that they need their own shot? Oh, she's got a gun again. Oh, she's so happy when she gets a gun. Oh, there's the Chesters. How you doing? That was Avatris. What is she doing here? Maria is the center of that whole thing. Do you notice that?
I did. Interesting.
And that is the first look we get at Rokkenjima from above. That's really cool. Correct me if I'm wrong, if there was like a map in the background at some point or something like that, but I'm pretty sure that's the first we've seen of Rokkenjima from above. Oh, hey, we're in the gold bunker. Good morning, milady. My, you do appear to be in a good mood. What a pleasant awakening you seem to have had.
What do you...
They're already out here using the Beato laugh dot wave.
What do you mean, pleasant awakening? I was so excited I couldn't sleep a wink. After all, the curtain is rising on the fun, 4th game.
It seemed that she truly had been so excited that she hadn't gotten any sleep. Did she show absolutely no signs of lacking sleep because she was young, or because she had the mind of a little kid? Ronove chose not to say that aloud and laughed instead.
I really ran that battler into the ground last time. The look on his face when he was like, "You tricked me." That was so pathetic.
Actually, I believe it sounded a little bit more like, "Ew, you tricked me."
Wow, that's scarily good.
I know.
Could you do that again?
Yes, just give me Ew, you tricked me, I'm a little whiny battler.
I didn't know I could have this on demand.
I ask that you not abuse this.
Even so, is that guy still feeling down?
Feeling down, you say?
Well, that's right. Wait,
this
I
is
talking?
Beato, yeah.
Okay, good. That man's a bit too trusting for his age, isn't he?
Oh, indeed. Although you could call that his charm.
Ain't it the truth? Ain't it the truth?
Wait, does she have... She's never said anything like that before.
Yeah, huh?
What?
Interesting.
It just stuck out to me because it's like...
Ain't it the truth? Well, speaking of which... Didn't he totally fall for that one last time?
Yes, totally and splendidly. You violated the purity of one never deceived since the time of his birth, as well as his rosebud-like innocence, all to your heart's content. Even the joy of dashing across a field covered with beautiful new snow on a winter morning and tramping it completely wouldn't even begin to compare. Didn't you take Battler Sama's innocent heart? And quite thrillingly, splendidly, atrociously, mercilessly, and unculturedly go just a little too far? And you insulted him to the highest degree, enough to make one uneasy. Most people would be crushed after hearing something like that. So much so that they wouldn't want to see your face ever again.
I know that much.
Just saying, you might have laid it on a little thick if you actually want to keep him around. As you for some reason seem to want to do.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, I also thought that if he was too disheartened to join us at the table, even though the fourth game is finally starting, that would be such a pain. So I came to you, thinking it'd be better to prepare a countermeasure for that case beforehand.
I will not do Battler voice for you. I will not sit across the table from you and make Battler voices. Come up with a new plan.
Okay.
In that case, perhaps it really would be best to prepare such a countermeasure. I am sad to say that your North Wind and the Sun strategy gave Battler Sama quite a shock.
Oh. A shock, you say? How bad of one?
I believe he took 2 points of damage.
Oh, Christ.
Directly to the dome.
That's pretty good for one red. But, like, it'd be better if it did, say, I don't know, 3? Exactly 3 instant speed.
That would help. I mean, as we all know, 20 divided by 3 is 7.
Yes.
Beato lowered her voice slightly, asking timidly. Ronove followed suit and lowered his voice in the same way. In truth, he has been crouching and clutching at his knees for some time now. I spoke to him several times, but he did not answer. I also brought him some food, but he never even touched it.
That is troublesome.
Is Angie gonna take over? Are they gonna play Angie now?
Battler's just too sad to participate in this round, so
Yeah.
it's like, okay, does he have like a sister or something? Anybody else we can like...
Someone that could sound like him,
Yeah.
preferably. It is only natural. After all, you thoroughly beat him down, milady. That would make most people start to distrust humans.
Huh. Distrust of humans. How convenient. Let him give up on humans. Trust witches. Sorry, I shouldn't fool around too much.
Beato had tried to joke about it, but the situation seemed to be quite serious, so that even she took the hint and hid her laughter.
Is it really that serious?
No, it's not that serious at all, actually.
Oh, good.
We don't even have to worry. Of course it's that serious.
Fuck. Should we wait just a little longer before beginning the fourth game?
Lady Burncastle's guest will be arriving, so it may be best to open the fourth game quickly. However, perhaps you ought to show a little concern for Battler's feelings, milady.
Concern?
Critical hit!
Show concern, you say? How should I do? What does that mean? He is feeling down, so that's right. Shall I cheer him up?
When a person's heart is dark and closed off, interacting with them in a dark manner gains you nothing. Your only option is to shine with a brightness stronger than the dark. Of course, he's not going to trust that anymore. Damn it, quit messing around! Ballycoon, over here. A croissant baked by Ronove-sama would be wasted on the likes of you. Why don't I enjoy it myself? Battler's stomach involuntarily growled at the fragrant smell of the croissant. His breakfast plate was empty, but Battler hadn't eaten any of it. The biggest glutton of the Seven Sisters of Purgatory, Beelzebub, had waited for Ronove to leave and had then come to snatch the food away. Battler had noticed, and they'd been really noisy ever since. Even though Beelzebub had only to give it back to immediately or else throw it into her own mouth right away, she intentionally ran around in circles, making fun of Battler. Give my breakfast back, damn it! If you give it back now, I'll let you off with a single flick to the forehead. But just you try eating it. Oh, what are you gonna eat me up instead? I'm into that. Yeah.
I didn't need to know that for this conversation to continue.
And yet, now you do. If you think you can, just try it. I'll bet it will be as sweet as honey pancakes. Yeah. Gotcha. Right now, I want to eat that bread even more than your thighs.
Wow.
Be a good girl and give it here. Boogie, so you resist until the end. Eat it. No way, no way. I won't give it to you. Even the croissant wants me to eat it. This is driving me up the wall right now.
Yay! Yahoo! Good morning, Battler!
Studio audience applause.
Woo! Are you still moping so early in the morning? It's the beginning of a new day and a new game, so let's get our spirits up!
She flung the door open. She literally Kramered! Oh, yes! Like a marathon runner drawn on a certain caramel box.
It's so hard to be encouraging. Is it working?
With her hands held high in an idiotic cheeriness, Beato appeared. For some reason, flags from around the world and confetti scattered about, perfectly completing this magnificent entrance. Battler and Beelzebub, who had been fighting over the croissant, completely forgot all about their argument, speechless. I love... What the fuck is happening anymore?
Wonderful things.
Good morning, Beatrice Summer. I'll just be on my way now. Hear Battler say, ah. Still tasty. Still delicious. I still win. Hey, good morning, Beato. Glad to see you're cheery this morning. Beato and Battler looked at each other. It seemed neither had a clue what was going on with the other.
Battler? What's going on? Ronave. He looks totally fine, doesn't he? He isn't clutching his knees, and he's answering. Wait a sec. He was even in the middle of eating.
No, he was sleeping like a baby in his futon, clutching his knees. I informed him that it was time to wake up, but he just wouldn't rise. I tried to feed him, but it seems that a naughty cat wandered in and prevented that.
You tricked me.
You should talk. Weren't you the one who played that massive trick last time? I don't have a clue what's going on, but it looks like you got what you deserved. By the way, Ronave, nice one. Here's that 20.
Oh my god, they're pals now.
I love it! Oh! Thank you very much, Battler-sama. And should I ever need another taste tester for my snickerdoodles? The two men stuck up their thumbs as though they understood each other, chuckling together. For a while, Beato was very energetic, trying to hide her embarrassment.
That's fucking wonderful.
If nothing else, I can never really truly feel like I'm at ease with this game. I can never truly feel like I'm ready for whatever happens next. Don't take me so lightly. Did you really think I'd still be hiding in a corner holding my knees?
Then who was that person crying their eyes out in frustration last time? You could have gathered your tears in a jar and called it face lotion.
Wait.
I don't know why I have this oddly specific suggestion. Please don't look into that.
Wait, in the guest bathroom, the bottle of face... Don't tell... No. Oh, Beato, that's gross. Why would you do that?
Shut up. That was just because I was a little surprised by your crappy act. Might have looked a little vulnerable, but don't think the same move will work twice.
Of course not. And don't disappoint me by falling for the same move over and over again, okay?
But really, that was real face lotion, right?
I don't know how to answer this for you in a way that won't make you more mad.
It's like I put them back inside. I thought it was face, so I put it all over my face, but all it did was go back inside the tear ducts. Just you watch. I'll show you that I'm a guy who gets stronger every time he's beaten down. Don't look into that. But Beato.
Yeah? What?
Don't do it again.
Huh? Why's that? So you really are weak against a rear attack?
You and I are enemies, and will certainly never join forces. I now understand that clearly. So don't you ever try to trick me about that fact again.
You say that, but knowing your weaknesses, I'll...
Beato thought they were still joking around, but that tone had disappeared from Battler's expression some time ago. Beato felt as though his eyes were like the surface of the black tea that had cooled down. Do you hear me? Don't do it again.
I don't get it. I might do it again when you've forgotten, right?
Don't do it again.
Once? Twice?
Why do you... This isn't we're not bartering!
Pierced by his strong and forceful gaze, Beato held her tongue. Maybe she was certain that Battler would break that silence with laughter. However, Battler's serious expression didn't change in the slightest.
So calling it, they are going to end up having to team up for real at some point. And
I mean,
this will
obviously.
completely fuck it.
Yeah, obviously that's going to happen. So to break that silence, Beato had no choice but to start laughing herself.
Very well.
You doing okay over there?
Yeah, totally.
Need a lozenge?
Totally. Yeah.
Cool, here's one. It's made out of face lotion.
Oh. Can I have like two?
I don't know what reaction.
Very well. You and I are worthy opponents. No matter how friendly our relationship, we'll never be anything more than a pair of enemies. If you have not mistaken this, that is enough for me.
That's right. I almost forgot you were my enemy for a second there. I won't embarrass myself like that again. I won't fall for your rear attack again. Never again.
It seems I'm not the only one who cannot wait for the fourth game. I am pleased, Battler. Come, take your seat.
Yep, just how I like it. Clever little tricks won't work anymore.
Stop acting so tough.
It's the only thing I got going for me.
You remain in a state of surrender for the last mystery in the previous game, the mystery of Nanjo's murder.
My answer for that one's still on hold for now, but that doesn't mean I've lost heart. I'll definitely break your red truth and show that I can deny witches.
A commendable attitude. You truly are a man like a phoenix. Don't betray my expectations. With that, let us raise the curtains on the fourth game.
Wait, you installed curtains just for the... Why? It's... Because, like, after you'll need to take them down again. And they're only here for the beginning of the game, and if you leave them, they just get in the way. You went to all that trouble for just one practical gag? What are your priorities like?
I know, right? But before that, it seems we must welcome a new guest.
A guest?
You remember as well, correct? That mystery girl who appeared at the very end of the last game without an invitation, ruining my fun.
That person. Ruining your fun? Shut the fuck up.
Oh, I'm so ruining our fun. You were having fun too.
Oh my god. I will come over there and smack you again. Not like that time. The other time. Like the one where I mean it.
Okay.
And it's not fun.
Okay.
I don't... Why do you react that way to getting slapped? That's what I want to know. It's just... Everything I know about people tells me that's not how you should react. And yet, I slapped you, and you just looked at me with the worst, like, the most hungry gaze, and I'm like... I feel like I know I did something wrong in hitting another person, but now I just feel like I've did something even more wrong.
I know,
you know?
right?
I would.
Anyway, she says she wants to join our game.
I had to wash my hands over and over, and then again after I realized to use the face lotion.
I sent her an official invitation, inviting her to join this match. Ronave, summon our guest.
Wait, whose team is she on?
Her own team? I don't know.
Oh. This is Angie.
There's no need. I'm already here.
That voice answered Beato's call. That answered Beato's call came from the darkness in a corner of the room. When Battler turned around in surprise, he could now see that the mystery girl was there.
My. How rude. All you had to do was greet us as soon as you arrived. I don't make a habit of talking to people before punching them. After I punch is a different story, though.
Yeah, you don't... just... Even when you do punch her, you just don't look at her face. That's... I cannot stress that enough. Do not look at her face after.
Huh. And what would you say? Good night. Have a nice dream.
Burn.
How amusing. How truly amusing.
Beato cackled and clapped her hands. But that was only Beato, and nothing rose to Battler's face except a bitter smile. You sure are a fighter. Battler and the girl's eyes met, and he shrugged his shoulders as he spoke. But the girl didn't answer, giving only a cold stare in return. You helped me out at the end of the last game. Thank you for that.
I don't need your gratitude. You were just slacking off. I only told you to open your eyes. That's so true. Stop slacking off, Battler.
Beato tried to laugh as though sympathizing with her, but it didn't reach the girl's ears. She did absolutely nothing except stare at Battler with ice-cold eyes. Wait, why is she pissed off at Battler? Especially if she loves her.
He was having fun with all these witches, all on his own, and didn't invite her.
Wow, okay. Well, it looks like someone hates me.
I'm just annoyed that you aren't taking this fight seriously.
Are you saying I'm not serious about this?
Don't tell me that travesty earlier was you being serious. Don't take me for a fool. How long do you intend to play along with the witch's farce like this?
I'm fighting Beato in my own way, and doing it seriously, of course.
Seriously? Don't make me laugh. You keep on drinking tea and chatting with a witch for all eternity? And call that fighting seriously? Keep the jokes to just your hairdo.
Hey, this comb-over takes forever to do properly, alright?
I love that Angie's default face is just staring as though you're like... the bacteria from the gut of a worm stomped on the heel of your shoe.
Right? Also, Battler does have a comb-over. Look at...
He does have the emo-over.
That's because I wasn't used to this witch's game in the beginning, and I've been through a lot of harsh stuff. Still, I'm finally starting to see how to fight, and I'm getting the knack of doing it. The pathetic way I've been acting makes it look like I haven't been serious to you. You're just wrong.
Is that so?
Of course, I know I gotta close in a lot more before I can grab Beato by the collar. But no matter how long that distance may be, it's still finite. And in each game that passes, I'm steadily closing that distance, step by step.
Okay.
Like my best friend Zeno.
Beat me to it.
No matter how long it takes, I'll close in on that witch, and I'll definitely checkmate her. Might take 1,000 years to use her phrase. But even so, I'll definitely win, sooner or later. Why? Because I definitely won't accept losing. I definitely won't stop moving forward and closing in on her. In other words, there's only just one thing I can say for sure. I will definitely win against that witch someday.
That's how it is.
You really don't sound like you're in a hurry. Are you even trying to win? Even the finite can become endless if you treat it the wrong way. By now you've become an Achilles who couldn't even outstrip a turtle.
Got him.
I get it, so this is why I'm needed. At this rate, there's no way you could win against the Endless Witch, even after 1 billion years.
Who are you? It's not like you'll be struck by lightning if you just tell me your name.
Actually, I will.
Really?
Yeah, that's part of the contract.
Okay, but you realize telling me that much actually tells me a little bit more about who you could be?
Yeah.
Wow, okay, don't get struck by lightning.
I'm kind of hoping that it'll clue you in and you'll figure it out, because that's going to be a plot point.
Okay. Well, I noticed you have the crest of the one-winged eagle on your arm there, so... I mean, the number is very vanishingly small.
Oh, yeah, work on it.
Also, you've got my same hair and looks, and you look a lot like my cousin.
Yeah? Really?
That cousin, my sister.
Oh, huh.
In-law. Huh. At that point, the girl fell silent, gazing straight into Battler's eyes. At first, Battler faltered under the firmness of that look, and his gaze wavered slightly, but then his eyes gradually began to be sucked into the pupils that were staring at him. And then inside those eyes, he saw a light that he'd seen some time before. Battler was struck by how strongly they resembled the eyes of a girl who definitely couldn't be here, even though that was completely impossible. I know it's stupid, but for some reason it feels true to me. But that can't be right. That person's supposed to be still 6 years old. You couldn't possibly be Angie, could you?
If I were to say that's right, would you believe me?
No.
I'll put it another way. If I said, I am your ally, so trust me, would you believe it? Would you unconditionally trust some unknown girl you're meeting for the first time? Just because she looks a little like someone you know? It's because you're such a softie that you got tricked so easily in the last game and cried so bitterly. You said it yourself. That kid is 6, right? Do I look like I'm 6? I kind of, actually. I could do with a refresh to the hairstyle. It's a little kiddie. Anyway, if I were to claim I'm that kid despite that, would you just swallow that story?
You say it like that, there's no way I can argue back. Sorry. That's right, I am a softie. And that should have been made clear to me after the end of the last game. Is that what you meant when you said I wasn't being serious?
Yes. You may think you're fighting against a witch, but you're just getting along with her and playing. You're just playing at fighting in a friendly game of chess. That may be a serious contest for you two, but looking at it from far away, I only see you playing around and following the rules like you're good friends.
That's harsh.
Aren't we?
I mean...
Old buddy, old pal?
Beato, shut the fuck up.
One of these times.
Can Beato be a sitcom character this time around? You know what they say. That's how it goes here on Rokkenjima.
But as long as you're unable to win at this game, you won't be released from this place. That's why I came. I came to bring this game to its conclusion. You claim that you're closing in on the witch, but you're just like a hamster running around in a wheel. Oh, one of those. Those things that run around and around in place, night after night? At a glance, you might think that running around in a wheel is endless. The Endless Witch Beatrice, it's just like you. He thinks he's fighting, but he's actually just running around in a wheel while making a fool of himself. This isn't a game. This is nothing more than a cage to shut him up in for all eternity. Huh.
I was starting to wonder, like is it just she just wants to keep Battler here, and that's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Keep Battler busy by distracting him with cute witch friends to play games with.
Yep. It's like Odysseus, the end of his journey, he spends like 20 years on a fucking island. Like, right at the end of it. No one's trying to attack him or anything. He just spends like a bunch of years on this fucking island, not doing anything because I guess that's okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're calling out Odysseus in this stream. Bet you weren't ready for that.
You liken my endless to something like a wheel that a mouse plays in? Interesting. Something that's endless in a certain dimension can be less than endless in a higher one.
Yay!
The fact that a Menger sponge has infinite surface area only matters in a world of less than 3 dimensions.
I know all of these things. This is great.
In the 3-dimensional world of reality, it has 0 mass. Not only is it not endless, it doesn't even exist. What an assertive woman. It seems you are worthy of being called my enemy. Or
really?
my
All she did was watch a bunch of number file videos.
Okay. Unless?
I just looked it up over there. She's just got like nothing but Brady Haran's channel over and over and a little bit of stand-up maths.
How is that possible? We haven't invented that yet.
I know, right? Well, she is a time traveler. Wait, they don't know that. Shit. Who are you?
I am your ally, and an enemy of witches, and a witch. It's complicated. I'm full of contradictions. Of course, you don't have to believe it. No one can prove that I really am your ally. On the contrary, it's more desirable that you keep your guard up strongly enough to find me very suspicious. I am sus as fuck.
I mean, you are red.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, now ask me about my tasks. I'll give you terrible answers.
That's right. Last time ended up pretty badly. I've got to be at least that careful. And I'm planning on getting tricked twice. Beato laughed in a truly pleased way, which was humiliating only to Battler.
People don't just get tricked out of the blue. That only happens when they fail to check things for themselves and leave it to other people. Saying that you thought the light had turned green just because you saw other people start crossing doesn't count as an excuse for getting into an accident. Get it?
Yeah, I get it. You're telling me not to swallow information given to me by others, but to think for myself.
And also to be afraid of vehicles.
I get it, Ryukishi. I'm trying, my dude. I'm trying hard. Oh, but also vehicles? We're trying. I swear to God, we're trying. In the past, I swallowed all the magic Beato showed me. I stopped thinking. So I was useless. Battler grimaced as he remembered his many painful losses. The witch watched and laughed again, putting on a bold appearance.
I'll offer you advice in a way that works to your advantage. Of course, you shouldn't swallow everything I say. I'm gonna trick you too. I don't know why, really. I guess I'm just... Yeah, I don't know. Because no one can provide certain proof that I'm your ally, especially not me.
Mm-hmm. In the last game, Virgilia, who I thought was an ally, was actually on the witch's side. Battler couldn't rid his head of that eerie smile worn by Virgilia, person he once even thought of as a trustworthy and reliable.
So I don't need you to unconditionally trust me. You might as well take my advice as nothing more than an opinion to be considered. After all, the player who's fighting in a game against the witch is you, I say, looking directly into the camera.
Wall. Good God. Okay.
You, the player.
I'm...
So that's interesting.
This is the only game I've played that chastises you for not playing it hard enough.
But also doesn't have controls.
Right? Good God.
Okay.
That's right. Saying it less because I followed the moves of an outsider would be just too pathetic of an excuse.
Oh yes, my opponent is Battler. You are nothing more than an outsider. You should bear that in mind. No, I'm not an outsider. With Beatrice and Ushiromi a battler, and I who gaze down from above, it's almost like a fight in the shape of a triangle. At a glance, it might not look like a united front. Having a united front doesn't necessarily mean fighting together. Huh. What an odd thing to say.
She's the straight man in the Socratic
Trialogue.
Trialogue thing. I almost said dialogue, but it's not. That's not the right way. It's the trialogue. I get. You know, the straight man that's always like, I'm the voice of reason, but I'm also always siding with this one person for some reason.
Ah, yes, as you say, Socrates.
I'm glad you knew what I was talking about and picked up.
Just now, he described fighting with you as closing the distance. But you can't measure distance with a single eye. Only with two eyes are things visible in 3 dimensions, and only then can distance be judged. Anyway, we're doing trigonometry now.
Awesome. I love trig.
Triangles and shit.
Is that what the SIN stands for?
Yeah. No, that stands for sin.
Alright.
And even when you have 2 fields of vision, it's pointless if they're in the same place. You can pin down witches more accurately when they're far apart.
Shooting from different positions and different angles. So basically, it's crossfire. Interesting.
Oh my fucking god.
We're shooting from different positions and different angles, so I won't get along with anybody. That's how I'll keep my own position separate and catch the witch in a pincer attack. Are you okay with this, battler? This girl may actually be an ambush I set up, right? She might just be saying something plausible to gain your trust, right?
Maybe so. She's been saying that over and over again herself. So of course I can't blindly accept her advice.
Maybe you yourself are a setup.
Oh shit! But as to whether she's worthy of trust or not, I can think for myself and make a decision. As long as I don't stop thinking for myself, I won't be tricked by anyone again.
What confidence, Ushiromi a battler. After you've said so much, it makes me want to trick you all over again, you see?
Don't do it again.
A little?
Don't! Stop.
What if we hate each other but we still kiss? Is that an option?
What? I'm sorry, what?
Is that an option?
What? What? Looks over at Ange. What?
I can't wait to see what kind of face you'll make when you realize you've been duped once more.
No, hold on. I'm still on this. What? New girl, what?
How pleasant.
Looks like you know my name, but I don't know yours. Tell me.
For a while, the girl remained silent without changing her expression even once. She looked as though she couldn't decide whether to say her name or not, or possibly as though she was deciding on the name she'd say on the spot.
Gretel.
Giddo? You are?
That's my name, dumbass. Call me Gretel.
Then I should call myself Hansel? Just kidding. I'm Ushiromi Battler.
In case you forgot.
Call me Battler.
Nice to meet you. I hate handshakes. Don't take it personally.
So why are you have the same color hair that I do and also are wearing the crest of the one-winged eagle?
Don't fucking worry about it,
okay.
Bro.
Sorry. After all, it isn't certain that you're my ally. You just told me to keep my guard up too.
Battler drew back his right hand, which he had stuck out. His bitter smile disappeared and was replaced with a strong resolve directed at this new fourth game.
Battler, think deeply about why you must win against this witch. You can't stop with something abstract, like, I'll beat her because I don't like it. Have a deep conviction that you'll definitely defeat the witch and escape from this world. because there's definitely someone waiting for you to come back. For that kid's sake as well.
Maybe there was something she wanted to say. Gretel clenched her fists in front of her chest and hung her head in silence, at a loss for words for a short while. As though smashing that silence, Beato spoke up in a forceful voice.
Good, that should be enough of an introduction for Gretel or whoever. Come, try to remember what happened on October 4th. Let the curtain open on the 4th game.
Okay, can I just, take a shot in the dark here?
Yeah?
Just gonna take a pot shot here.
Yeah?
At what the, at what Purgatorio might be.
Yeah?
Let's say, for whatever reason, this is far actually in the future. Battler has experienced some kind of trauma that left most of his family dead. He's being asked to recount it over and over. But he can't quite get it right. And there's some inscrutable fact at the center of it that he doesn't want to admit to.
Interesting. Oh, that's interesting.
So, I hesitate to bring up the example maybe he's in an asylum or something, because there's a whole lot of ableist undertones to that.
I bet it's not that.
I don't think it's that either, but the fact that there's someone waiting for him to come back. I don't know, there's something about the way they're phrasing it now that I'm just like, what would put him in a position like that? It's not a game, and he's being interrogated over and over to try and put together a cogent set of facts on what happened. And Beato here is whoever is in charge of that, I guess. It's just a pot shot, and it's probably nothing, but it just the way the words they are using in this, the way they're phrasing stuff in this particular scene just brought it to mind.
Indeed.
Yeah. It's... I don't know. I don't feel strongly about it, but anyway. At the same time, as though it had been blown by a sudden gust of wind, the clock that had been turned back to October 4th, 1986, started to move. While we remained in the witch's tea room, the blue-gray sea and the green Rokkenjima spread out beneath us, and we could see a boat heading there, its wake trailing behind it. The sky was already cloudy, and it seemed that the barrier of the typhoon would soon shut the island away. There the boat was docked in the harbor, and Goda helping to unload it. Oh, that's me. Then, once all of its passengers had disembarked, the boat began to separate from the shoreline. The relatives were gradually swallowed up by the island.
Ha ha ha! Looks like you're as cheery as ever, Maria. Maria-chan, you'll trip if you aren't careful. Look out.
Gonna fall, sink, ah!
The long-missed cousins I had loved dashed across the beach, getting swallowed by the forest path that led to the mansion and disappeared.
And the garden path that was this sentence.
Right? And of course, Oni-chan could be seen among them, too. Damn it! Oh, my voice is back to normal. Damn it, stop right there, Maria, you nimble little brat. That was a Maria line, alright.
Yep.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Fucking one take, book it, send it off. That's perfect. Maria One-chan, who I'm loved, started dashing and Oni-chan chased after her. They were swallowed up by the forest. Following them, father and mother were also swallowed up. Why are we doing it this way? The rest of the parents were swallowed up. They were swallowed up, leaving only me behind. Dumbass. How long are you gonna...
Oh!
Hey!
This entire thing has been me.
There you go.
Okay. Dumbass, how long are you gonna joke around and play with a witch in a place like this? Come back quickly, Oni-chan. Don't leave me all alone.
And realize. Oh, yeah.
Realize how cruel and lonely the world I'm isolated in is. Welcome to Rokkenjima, the island you all know and love.
Yep. Yep. Can't wait. This is gonna be a real fun one. Oh. Let's do another one. We're still in the introduction thing here, so this should be a little...
Oh!
St. Lucia Academy after 1986 and Angie's future. What the Pardon me?
That's interesting. Because of reasons I can't explain.
What do you mean you can't explain? Good day to you.
Good day to you.
Do you want to narrate this part since it looks like it's going to be all Ange?
I guess I'm the narrator
Angie.
now.
Yep.
Good day to you is the standard greeting used here. No matter how many years pass by, this style of greeting still feels very awkward. Even though I'd responded to the greeting in order to stifle that awkward feeling, the classmate who had spoken looked at me blankly.
Huh? What's that? Seems you're mistaken.
Their choice of words and manner were certainly what you'd expect from a school for rich girls, but the actual meaning was as innocent and cruel as you'd expect from kids of that age. It seems they found it funny that I'd mistakenly thought the greeting was directed at me. No, it might be the opposite. Maybe they didn't know how to react after being suddenly greeted by a gloomy, quiet kid like me. No, judging by the gazes of my classmates who were looking this way over their shoulders and whispering to each other, it looked as though some of them considered this refreshing morning ruined. I was dark, because I was disliked. So, trying not to get in the way of everyone's refreshing morning anymore, I stooped lower and entered the classroom. Almost like I was cutting through the aisle in a movie theater while the movie was running. This is an all-dorm school, St. Lucia Academy. It's not a school that anyone can get into by taking a test. It's a hidden rich girls' school, known of only by a select group of celebrities from various fields. For lofty nobles who truly wish their daughters could be raised like saints, this is probably the ideal school in which to protect them from the impurities of the common world.
Either that or suddenly make them all lesbians. There are two options here.
But at the same time, it was probably also convenient for nobles who wanted to confine daughters they didn't want out in public. As well as an academy isolated from the impurities of the common world, it also held excellent potential as a prison school. I was truly among the latter, and was confined in St. Lucia Academy, forced to live my life in dreariness. Of course, there weren't that many students like me, and you couldn't tell us apart at a glance. However, even if we never fessed up about it, you could usually figure out who we were by watching how we acted. After all, we were always hanging our heads, with an expression on our faces as though the whole world had abandoned us. Anyway, every class had one or two kids like that, so even if they didn't speak up about it, you could guess who they were. Therefore, even though I never confessed that I was one of those kids, at some point, everyone in my class knew about it. Just like how the seriousness of an injury becomes a sign of status in a hospital room, how noble a birth one had became a sign of status here. Those girls who couldn't be acknowledged in public were probably nothing more than filth to the others. They must have thought that getting involved with such students would dirty them as well. When a rumor sprang up about a particular student, those fastidious girls would grow cold and distant, chasing that student out of all social groups. Thanks to that, I led a quiet school life like this, all by myself. Well, that's only if hearing people whisper behind my back, finding my things lost or broken all the time, and having everyone pretend like they didn't know anything, can be called a quiet school life. Even this early in the morning, I must look worn out. I can almost understand why my other classmates, who had a refreshing morning, looked at my face and wanted to click their tongues. Consciously trying to do as I should and avoid tainting my classmates' morning, I quietly took my seat. Then, unusually, someone came to talk to me. It was the class leader.
Good day to you, Ushiromiya-san. You seem to be in a bad mood this morning. Were you able to get enough sleep?
Is there some business you have with me?
You're the only one who's not submitted her questionnaire for the class presentation, Ushiromiya-san. Did you forget that the deadline was yesterday?
I'm pretty sure I heard something about that last week, but I thought the questionnaire hadn't been passed out yet. The details would be written there, so there shouldn't have been any need to remember them beforehand. I wasn't given a questionnaire.
That can't be. I believe the dormitory leader handed them out to everyone. If you lost it, all you have to do is honestly say so.
I lost it. I'll fill it in right now, so could you give me a sheet?
I like how she just accepts the... Fine, it's just not worth dying on that hill, right?
Yeah. Again, either someone lost my sheet or they intentionally didn't tell me about it. But I have no way of knowing who was behind that. In the end, treating it as though it was my own carelessness would settle everything more quickly.
Once you filled it out, drop it in the questionnaire box in the student council room yourself. Our class is the only one that didn't get everyone's in by yesterday.
As I hung my head at the class leader's scolding, I could hear the giggles and whispers of people watching, coming from no direction in particular. Ushiromiya-san did it again. She's just so careless. She doesn't deserve to be in this school. She has no dignity and no manners either. Sorry, girls, but I've dealt with much worse when it comes to unfair personal attacks. As I froze my heart and let those arrows of ridicule pass by, I quickly filled out the questionnaire. When I learned that father and mother and Oni-chan and all the rest of my family had died, I was at the house of my grandpa on my mother's side. The only survivor of the accident was Ushiromiya Eva. Only Aunt Eva. Even at
She's calling it an accident.
That was what the cover story was. That it was a tragic accident that killed everybody except for Eva.
Got it.
Or perhaps what actually happened. It might not even be a cover story. Even at the time, I hadn't really liked Aunt Eva. At a glance, she would act kindly, but even as young as I was, I could see that she was somehow making fun of Father and the rest, and I hadn't liked it. So when it was decided that Aunt Eva would take care of me, I was pretty miserable. Maybe it wouldn't have mattered if that gentle Uncle Hideyoshi and George Oni-chan had been with me, but I hated the thought of living all alone with Aunt Eva. I'd frankly said that to Grandpa, hoping to live together in his house. However, Aunt Eva had been very insistent that she should be the one to look after me. She had no desire to remarry, so, as her successor, I was essential if the Ushiromiya family was to continue. Aunt Eva felt very strongly about the family. She insisted that she take charge of me right away, so that she could give me an education and lifestyle fitting for a successor. After that, it seems that confusing negotiations with lawyers took place. But in the end, I was forced to go live with Aunt Eva. After doing that, Aunt Eva told me something. You must bear all of the glory and history of the Ushiromiya family. In order to make you a fitting successor to bear that, the rest of your life will be dedicated to frantic studying. Sacrifice the rest of your life for the Ushiromiya family. That's what she said. At first, I thought she meant that literally, but I quickly realized that wasn't the case. Because even now, in Aunt Eva's eyes, the one most fitting to succeed her was the late George Oni-chan. At our first meal together, I received strict instructions and questioning about table manners, and was forced to listen to her
Verb. Abuse mom and dad as though...
abuse mom and dad as though they'd been neglectful in their discipline. Thank you. I did not realize it was a verb.
No worries.
I also received the same strict instructions regarding manners at my first party, and my clumsiness had been disparaged in front of everybody, forcing me to endure insults to mom and dad as well. After that repeated over and over, I eventually began to understand. Aunt Ava didn't really want to make me her successor. She thought George Oni-chan was the only one truly suited to be her successor, and she couldn't forgive the fact that it was to be me instead. So she insulted me in front of lots of people. She humiliated me, and she made it known exactly how I was inferior to George Oni-chan to both acquaintances and strangers, surely in place of a memorial service for her dead son. Or rather, she must still be mourning his death. However, that wasn't something I could endure. I couldn't possibly live together with Aunt Ava. I was kept like a pet, my life continually compared with her dead son's. I understood that even when I was still in elementary school. I tried to escape the Ushiromiya house and run off to the house of my grandpa on my mother's side. However, Aunt Ava had already foreseen that. No, thinking back on it, she might have lured me into escaping. I was caught by the guards and brought back. And for being a coward who had smeared the Ushiromiya family crest with mud and tried to throw it away, in a way that makes my whole body shake and shiver just remembering it, I was punished. How should I describe what Aunt Ava was like when she punished me? In a frenzy? Gleeful? I saw the anger and sadness of losing her beloved son, as well as the hatred and pain from me stealing that inheritance from the son who should have received it, and the dark pleasure at being able to let those feelings out on me. I was hit with all those negative emotions at once. Then, all of my free time and freedom to act was stolen, and I was put under surveillance around the clock. I may have lived in a gorgeous mansion, dressed in expensive clothes, but my heart and my dignity had been trampled upon, and I was the Ushiromiya family's slave, its cattle. Compared to that lifestyle, the derisive laughter of my classmates here was calm and pleasant. It caused my heart no trouble. After burying almost all of the fields of the questionnaire with nothing in particular, I folded it and put it in my pocket, because if I left it in my desk it might disappear again. During lunch break, after dropping it off at the post box in the student council room, I finished lunch by myself as usual and headed behind the school building where no one could be seen. Only my time by myself could protect me from the derisive laughter and gossip. Since I was hated and didn't have a single friend, my time alone was the most kind to me. After checking the surrounding bushes to see whether some malicious classmates were hiding and threatening my time of quiet, I finally relaxed the tension from my entire body, knowing that I had gained some true peace. Then I let out a sigh. It faltered, heavy, as though it were the first time I had breathed out today. My old favorite place behind the vegetable garden storehouse had been found out by my classmates, and I'd been teased, so this was my new lunchtime hideaway. There was nowhere to sit behind the school building. As I crouched near the wall in the shadow of the bushes, I opened my bag and took out a book with an elaborate old-fashioned binding. It was titled Umineko no Naku Koro ni.
What would be a worse title for it?
Twilight.
Battlefield Earth?
Oh.
The Fountainhead?
Just glancing at it, you'd probably think it was a religious book or something written in the Middle Ages. But this wasn't a book. It was a diary. Of course, it wasn't my diary. There weren't any special things worth writing about in my daily life. Every single day was just gray, cold, and dry. In those completely unchanging days, there aren't any changes worth writing down. This was the diary of Maria One-chan, a girl I'd been very close to. She'd been a bit strange and 3 years older than me, but One-chan was always a warm, wonderful cousin.
See,
I
now
can still hear her voice.
Gay. Homosexual. Gay.
How I miss her.
they keep insisting Maria's at the center of this story, and I'm still not sure how that comes together yet.
Yeah, I don't know. We're in the first bit of it, so I don't think we'll find out for some
Everything
time.
about the story and its presentation insists that Maria's at like the center of this. But holy crap, I just don't know how that falls together yet. It's
Or it could be that the intro sequence is a red herring.
I mean,
It'd be weird, but it could be.
I guess.
She would always grab me by the hand and let me join in on some fun game.
This one's called gay.
Some fun game, usually involving witchcraft and mysterious curses. Come to think of it, that was a little weird. Anyway, I remember that being able to see her was the most fun part of our family gatherings. When I opened the diary, the characters, which were made fairly skillfully considering that this was an elementary schooler, were packed close together, though they were written on every other line.
How does she have Maria's diary?
I don't know, we'll find out.
Was it something from the island, or did Maria give it to her beforehand, knowing she was about to die?
I don't know, it's not clear.
It's super unclear, isn't it?
Was she just hopelessly obsessed with jotting everything down in her diary? Probably not. To her, writing her daily life down in a diary was probably like having a conversation with another part of herself, such as a witch. I don't know why I have that specific verbiage. In any case, so rather than an object on which the events of her day were written down, Maria One-chan's diary was written like a letter to another part of herself, telling of the events of that day. I found this diary among her belongings after her death and secretly took it home. At first, I'd felt that reading someone else's diary might be boorish, and satisfied myself with just keeping it by my side. But I couldn't help flipping through the pages and reading through it bit by bit. And by now, she had become my only friend. Opens up the diary, and each page has lines and lines of ooh, 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 and then something really insightful. I gently opened to the page with the bookmark. Sorry to keep you waiting, Maria One-chan. Could you let me hear your story again? At the same time, a very, very soft breeze blew, tickling the paper. I thought the open diary might have sparkled faintly. The weather's good today. Maria One-chan loves the wonderful rays of sunlight, so I'm sure she's in a good mood.
Good mood.
On the pages of the open diary, no, in the world of the diary, Maria One-chan showed herself.
It's me. I'm the main character now.
I'm pretty sure she was 9 when she died.
Get ready for this.
I was so ready.
This train ain't stopping.
So her form was already younger than me. But I call her One-chan, so she affectionately calls me Angie.
Angie, you're still getting here. You were still getting here today. Was it packed at lunch?
Yes, it's always packed. Groups of friends set up camp in the seats, and they stay there even after they're finished eating.
Meh. I do like how New Art Maria actually looks like she's 9.
Yeah.
Like, that's the biggest difference, I feel.
And New Art Angie looks like she's older than Maria,
Yeah.
rather than just a bit taller.
Grumpus.
I don't know, the old art is perfect though, so...
I mean, the old art is very much perfect.
It's pretty fatal if you get to the dining hall late. I was on cleanup duty today.
Ew, ew. I eat fast. The faster you eat, the more you can play. Ew, 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 ew.
Maybe she realized I was holding a grudge, because that duty had been forced upon me and shortened my lunch break by a bit.
Ew, ew, ew. I got a Vulpix. Do you mind to trade one for your growth?
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah,
Though I don't think those have been invented yet.
poggers.
Maria One-chan brightly changed the subject.
Why are we suddenly worried about the continuity of when stuff was invented? This episode specifically.
I thought this was a running gag. I've been saying that all along. Grateful for that act of kindness, I responded by saying I was a slow eater.
But you have no opposition to witches playing with the Nintendo Switch in the purgatory.
It's got witch in the name!
Holy shit, it does! Oh my god! Nintendo S witchcraft device. My mind is blown. How did I never notice that?
I know, right?
Oh my god.
Maria calmed me down, saying something about teaching me the trick to eating fast.
Ew, 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 ew. You just open it up and you go, ow! It goes down.
Just unhinge your jaw like one of those snakes.
Yeah, I can tell you how.
I read about it in her diary. No, I heard it from Maria One-chan. She was ranked number 1 among the girls in the speed eating ranking for her grade's newspaper. Yeah, that
What?
fits. That
Okay.
fits.
Sure. Okay, that's... She's out there like the professionals just chowing hot dogs. Like, oh my god.
She was apparently very proud of that, but a little disappointed that her mother, Aunt Rosa, hadn't praised her very much for it.
Ew, whoop. Let's start our story for the day. How far did we get yesterday? Ew, whoop.
This far. Until you got Sakutaro as a present, Maria One-chan. You promised that you'd tell me about Sakutaro.
Ew, whoop. Let's talk about Sakutaro. You know, Sakutaro is really cute stuffed animal. I'm sure you'd like him too, Andy. Ooh, woo.
Yeah. Tell me that story. The only time I can relax at school is when I'm listening to your stories during lunch break.
Why do you have the master shield on your arm? The Hylian shield.
she's got a patch of the Hylian shield on her arm.
She does.
Ew, I'll tell you about it. Sakutaro was really,
When I looked at Maria One-chan, who was always in a good mood, it made my heart feel warm as well. As I listened to her tale, I began to get absorbed into her world.
You were getting sleepy. Very, very sleepy.
Happy birthday, Maria. Sorry I got back so late.
Ew, good job with your work, Mama. I know you're busy, so even though you were late, I waited without crying. I was good and waited, watching TV. SpongeBob. Nyeh.
Yes, you're such a good girl, Maria. As a present for waiting politely, you can order anything you want today. Of course, only as much as you can eat, okay? Laser eyes activate!
Did I get a change my corn soup to onion gratin soup?
Yes, that's fine.
Ew, Grand Slam. Love going to Denny's with my mom.
What? What?
The Ushiromias go to Denny's and ruin everybody else's 2 a.m. breakfast.
Denny's is one of those places that should really only be open at like the witching hour, as it were. If you're not going to Denny's at 3 a.m. mildly hungover or having like just a little bit of weed, only a little bit, just a little bit, then you're missing out on the true Denny's experience.
It's more expensive, but can I change it to prosciutto pizza? I said it.
Yes, that's fine, if you really can eat it. But that's okay. It's your birthday after all. There must be a reward for the good girl who waited so
It's
patiently.
her birthday.
Until cheesecake for dessert. And then the touch toy fruit salad, the kids' French fries. I want to drink melon soda too. I'm a good girl. I'm a good girl. Mom, praise me.
You're getting a little too excited. If you don't quiet down a bit, you'll disturb the other customers. Oh, right, I'm narrating.
Yeah, you're narrating.
When Rosa gently
I know, it's weird,
admonished
right?
her, Maria stuck her tongue out and eased up a little. But it seemed that she was having a hard time repressing her excitement at being able to eat out with her mother after such a long time. Today was Maria's birthday. So why does it say virtual camera? I'm fear.
Oh, we're good.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. There's nothing weird going on our end. It's not like our recording setup is this flimsy house of cards that could fall apart at any moment if you just breathe on it too hard.
Rosa always tried to let Maria spend her birthdays at great restaurants. When Maria had been in kindergarten, they sometimes invited other kids from the neighborhood over and had a party at home. Rosa would make a wonderful cake and snacks and decorate the house herself, making it a huge celebration. But when they moved and Maria no longer had friends in the neighborhood, Rosa had started splurging at expensive restaurants instead. However, today, they were in a normal family restaurant. It was also a little late in the day for a kid like Maria to eat there, even with a parent. Actually, she had gotten reservations at a fantastic place that would surely have pleased Maria. Of course, she had also prepared a wonderful cake with Maria's name written on it. But Rosa just hadn't been able to finish up her business and had been forced to cancel. Since that plan had been traded for a local family restaurant, Rosa felt a little indebted to Maria. So she was prepared to spoil Maria a bit and let her have whatever she wanted tonight.
Wait, why is this also the very specific vignetting? Is that just like the stylistic choice for the game, or is that meaningful?
I don't know.
I'm worried. Your turn.
You never used to eat much, did you, Maria One-chan? Was it really alright to order that much?
I can't eat very much, but I like to have a lot lined up. You know, like on a birthday table. If it's colored all over with red and blue and green and yellow, it makes you really happy.
Oh my god, this is happening in Angie's imagination, and it's got the metaverse thing. So the metaverse is imaginary.
Hold up. That would mean that what's happening on Rokkenjima is imaginary, but Battler, Beato, Ronove, and those folks are the real ones.
No, what's happening in the metaverse, in the scenes where we have this background.
So the metaverse is Oh!
So Battler's imagining it. Why? Why?
Why would... I see what you're saying now. Interesting. But it's also inconsistent, because he was also talking to Maria just with the regular outside of, in her spot during lunch.
Yeah.
Without the vignetting.
Yeah.
So it's inconsistent. I don't know if we can derive anything from that, but it's a good observation.
You're right. Having your birthday table be colorful can make you feel happy. Birthdays at my place were no match for yours, Maria One-chan, but the cakes we bought at the Fumiya store in front of the station were always gorgeous.
And, oh yeah, you're still narrating. What do you even need me for? I'll hang out over here.
Angie, that's me, thought back to her/my own birthdays nostalgically.
Nah.
Even though Dad was busy, he sometimes came home just to show up at my birthday party, and then went right back to his company.
Kraus never showed up in the beginning, and neither did... Because they're on the island already.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Yep. Never mind. I'm not a dumbass, I swear.
At the time, I was sad, but now I understand how important I was to Dad. Of course, Mom also took very good care of me. In particular, her birthday presents were always in excellent taste, and she sometimes arranged for them several months in advance. Even though we always sent an invitation to Battler Oni-chan, He didn't get along with Dad or something, so he kept not coming. Fucker. So when he did come, I was really happy. The birthday parties when the whole 4-person family gathered made for fun memories that I'll never forget.
Battler, that's me. This is my new voice now. Ew. Andy's birthday sounds like a lot of fun too. Battler and Uncle Rudolph are always really lively. Yay! Battler got covered in cola. You can see his face change in the back.
Maria One-chan peeked into my happy memory as I sat quietly wearing the origami helmet that Dad had made for fun. I was a little embarrassed. In my hand was a paper gun that Battler Oni-chan had folded for me, and Mom was taking a commemorative photo. It was the happiest moment of my life. I fucking love paper helmets and guns.
They're the shit.
But your birthday's no worse, Maria One-chan, and this is the day you get him, right? Sakutaro.
Ew. I was really looking forward to it. I got so excited wondering Mama would show me the wrapped present in the corner of her bag.
Sakutaro is the name of a stuffed animal that Maria was to receive that day. For quite some time before then, Aunt Rosa had been making a stuffed animal to give Maria as a present today. Hearing that it was a cute lion stuffed animal, Maria One-chan had already given it the name Sakutaro, even though she hadn't received it yet. Today she was looking forward to meeting Sakutaro even more than her own birthday. Aunt Rosa ran a clothing design company. It seemed to be some kind of brand name. What was it? Auntie Rosa?
Is that just a translation thing?
I don't know.
I get that it's auntie, as in like, oh, auntie, but like...
Auntie Rosa, this brand is opposed to me. I will create the brand that will end my own existence. It seems their catchphrase was, I can't forgive the me of yesterday.
What the
hell?
Yeah, that certainly gets me motivated to buy some brand name clothing.
Now we know why her business wasn't doing too good.
But yeah.
Unfortunately, I've never met someone who knew of that brand name. Maybe it wasn't that famous. So, Aunt Rosa was pretty skilled with her hands. I heard that she made some of the clothing she wore herself. So making a stuffed animal had to be well within her capabilities. A handmade stuffed animal, that's pretty amazing. By the way, why did you call it Sakutaro?
Ew. I actually wanted to call it Sakura, but it's a male lion, so she told me to give it a boy's name. So I added a boy like Taro and called him Sakutaro. Eventually the last two disappeared.
Why Sakura?
Ew. Main character in Card Master Sakura! Release!
Oh my god.
So that's what she's watching on TV?
She watches Cardcaptor Sakura all the time.
No wonder she's all
Gay. Homosexual.
Wait, when was the original run of that show?
When was that show?
I do remember it's an older one.
Because it's not the 1980s is the thing.
Yeah.
It's not.
I think it was like late 80s? I mean, late 90s, I'm sorry. I'm late 90s. Like turn of the century.
The fin de siècle era.
Let's see. The manga went from 96 to 2000. And what about the anime? Quickly roll. See, yeah. 70 anime. Here we go. From 98 to 2000.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
like
I was right. Late 90s.
So,
because I remember that the dub of it was on Kids WB at a certain point in time, and I'm like, okay, where does that plot point it? And yeah, still, that's really cute. That's so cute. That's using the.
it was the name of the main character in a TV anime that was popular at the time.
Also, Sakura famous for having a new outfit every episode.
The fact that she'd simply borrowed the name of a character she liked was, how should I say it, as innocent and cute as you'd expect from someone that age.
Ew. Ew, mama. Still no Sakutaro? I want to let Sakutaro join in on my birthday too.
Presents always come at the end, right? If you open it now, it'll get dirty. Hold on until the meal is over.
Then I'll finish eating quickly. Ew, boo, 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 boo.
As soon as she proclaimed that, she started tearing into her meal. Aunt Rosa got mad at her, saying that was rude. It seemed that she'd expected this would happen right away. I also thought that given how straightforward Maria was, that was probably what she'd do. So it was kind of pleasant when my expectations weren't betrayed.
Boo, 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 boo. Yum, 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 yum.
In the end, Aunt Rosa lost to her daughter's eyes, which were sparkling with anticipation, cleaned up the table, and took out the long-awaited wrapped present. Happy birthday, Maria. I wasn't able to spend much time on it, so I couldn't make it very well.
Ew, boo, boo. If you made it, I'll be happy with anything. Ew, boo, 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 boo. Sakutaro.
Aunt Rosa spoke a bit humbly, but Maria One-chan was happy even before opening the wrapping. I could really understand that feeling. It's not a problem of quality. Just the fact that it was a handmade present was more pleasing than anything.
Can I open it? Can I open it?
I wanted to wait until we got back home before doing it, but just for a bit, okay? We'll just take a look and say hello, then put it back. You can give him a proper greeting once we get home. We're in public, so you can't fool around, okay? Can you promise?
Ew, boo, boo. Promise. So can I open it? Can I open it, Mama?
Yes, just for a bit, okay?
Yay!
What is about to happen to Sakutaro?
First sacrifice, Sakutaro!
No! Before on, you're still doing this is.
Before Aunt Rosa finished talking, Maria started unwrapping it. It's majestic.
I love it. Look at this thing. Wait, why have I seen this before?
Yeah, I know. I've seen this in a meme, and I don't understand why. Why is this important? Why is this important? This is important.
I've absolutely seen this before. And I've had no... But look, it's so long, but... Oh, I love it! As soon as she did, yellow and orange peeked out. What appears was a slightly blank-looking lion stuffed animal with cute round eyes and a white... Oh, you're still narrating! God damn it. It's gonna take me a while, I'll get there.
It was about the size of a small pillow. It looked pretty big next to someone as short as Maria One-chan, but it probably wasn't that large. Maybe 1 blahage. Maybe 0.75 blahages. From the perspective of someone who didn't know better, it would probably look like something cheap bought from a department store or something. But to Maria One-chan, it was her mother's handmade stuffed animal. The only one of its kind in the world, and irreplaceable.
Sakutaro. Cute, so cute. Thank you, Mama. Thank you so much for making such a cute stuffed animal, even though you're so busy with work.
If you praise me that much, it's actually embarrassing. I couldn't take much time, so I couldn't make anything that good. I actually wanted to make one so big that you couldn't wrap your arms around it.
No, this is good. With this size, we can always be together. We can go out together. Sakutaro, I'm your Oni-chan. Uru? Uru? Release the lion.
It really is an adorable stuffed animal. So this kid is Sakutaro, your best friend.
This kid?
Yeah.
Ew, we can't go to school together, but me and my best friend are always together at home. You know, Sakutaro's really innocent and cute and always nice to me. He supports me when I'm feeling down and plays a lot with me when I'm feeling good. So I'm never lonely anymore. Not lonely when Mom's busy with work and I'm all alone. Not even when no one plays with me at school. Isn't that right, Sakutaro? You?
I don't know what that's meant to be.
At school, Maria One-chan had lived in the same kind of environment as I did. Compared to the other kids in her class, Maria One-chan's tempo was always a little slow. Her sensibilities and ways of viewing things were a little peculiar, and a little too idiosyncratic for her to blend in. Her grades were low as well, and since she was talkative about everything related to the occult, her specialty, she was treated like a weirdo by everyone else in class. If you were touched by Maria One-chan, you'd be cursed. Stuff like that. Apparently everyone in her class acted like she was disgusting, made fun of her, and avoided her. If a boy bumped into Maria One-chan, he'd start rubbing that part against the other boys, as if he'd gotten some scum on him. They'd pick up her stuff like it was something filthy and chase the other boys around with it. It seems the girls thought even speaking to her was unpleasant, so they ignored her all the time, only giggling and sneering at her whenever she made a mistake. And it looks like bullying is the same in all eras. Humans really don't advance at all, do they? If only they'd just get wiped out.
I understand when I'm bullied, but I think it can't be helped.
It can't be helped? Why not?
After all, there's a rule that says every class has to have a single bullied kid.
That's a horrible rule. I'd like to find the person who made it and hit them over the head with a brick. Using the corner, of course.
Good God, that's... All right, Andy. Jesus.
If I wasn't there, then there should be a new bullied kid in my place. By staying strong, I can protect that kid.
As she said that, she smiled faintly. Maria One-chan's way of thinking really is unusual. According to her, from the beginning, a witch had resided in that place called a school. No, she says that any place where a lot of people gather will have a witch residing there.
Really?
The witch tries to steal the students' souls through death by disease or accidents. Apparently, she sometimes also corrupts those souls, leading them down that path of evil.
Or a witch is just the temptation to do evil?
This is interesting because this is not consistent with what we hear Maria say later.
Yeah.
She thinks witches are really cool.
Yeah, and her friend.
Yeah. She says that an angel came, not content to let that continue.
And the angel tried to finish off that witch. The witch was powerful, and the fight took 7 days and 7 nights. But even then, it still wasn't over. It was really cool. Then they had big giant lasers, and there was a dinosaur.
And shoulder war towers.
Shoulder war towers. They're pretty cool.
Oh my god, the shoulder war towers. I'm still hype over the shoulder war towers.
They tried out witch us for a truth and proposed this.
I heard about that one before. Until now, I've made half of the students in the class become sick or injured. But in exchange, I've protected the remaining half of the students from sickness and injury. Therefore, if one member of the class becomes a sacrifice to me and is made into the bullied kid, I shall protect all of the other students from sickness and injury, right?
See, she's got the Hylian shield right there.
Yep.
The angel thought about it. Compared to half the class meeting with misfortune, having only one person be unfortunate would be much better. Then the witch said that she protect the safety of all the other students using her powerful magic.
If there are 40 students in a class, and the 20 victims are reduced to 1, then 19 people are saved. It's actually a reasonable proposal.
I've got a more modest one for you.
Okay. I wonder if there's some theme behind this fairy tale. It doesn't really track.
I don't know. I'm not getting anything out of it. It's...
If it's a creation by Maria One-chan, a 9-year-old girl, that'd be pretty impressive.
The angel decided to accept that proposal, so through a single sacrifice, 19 people were saved. That's why my role is important. The witch is protecting 19 people.
How many people are on Rokkenjima?
18.
18 or 19?
18. Possibly
18 or 19? Why is it 19 people? Why is it 19 people?
I want to... See, I was thinking the same thing, but I think in this case it's just a coincidence.
Nothing is a coincidence.
Okay, fine.
Oh my god, I can't believe it. The witch is protecting 19 people. That's why her role is important. She knows.
Okay. Maybe? Okay, like, fair enough. I can see them pulling this.
The 19th person is the real Beatrice, who is also there.
Just chilling?
I don't fucking know.
Alright.
Who's the 19th person, Angie?
No, she's sick and she can't be there. Remember, that's part of the state of the game.
That's true,
she
but
cannot
maybe she's
be
the
there.
19th person being protected.
Maybe, but now you're straying very far away from what you originally thought.
I don't know.
I see what you're getting at. It's worth keeping in mind, but I don't think it's a thing. I don't think it's a thing.
Because we become sacrifices? Well, I don't remember ever being thanked by those 19
I mean,
people.
more simply, it's about, the sacrifices protecting the ones left over at the end.
What?
Because all the people that get sacrificed during the epitaph
What?
on each of the twilights. To protect the people
so
at the
that's
end.
not... Wait, to protect the people at the end.
Yeah. Because remember, there's going to be 4 survivors and they get to go to the Golden Land.
Okay.
But only if the sacrifices beforehand happen.
Okay.
I think that's the parallel being made here.
I don't know.
Maybe. Anyway.
Maria One-chan's idea was too compassionate. Both of us are suffering from a very similar type of misfortune. And yet, maybe a small difference in our way of thinking changes how peaceful our hearts are. I woke up and chose violence, for one. So, you aren't sad, Maria One-chan?
I'm not sad at all. After all, I'll be together with Sakutaro from now on. Right, Sakutaro?
If I can be with Maria, I'll be happy too.
Look, Sakutaro says he's happy too.
Okay, I need there to be an Umineko 4 coma that is Calvin and Hobbes, except it's Maria and Sakutaro. But everything has horrible occult undertones to the silly kid and their toy comedy.
Aww.
This needs to exist.
Yes.
Maria One-chan hugged the Sakutaro stuffed animal, playing both sides of the conversation herself. I don't understand it, but that's exactly why I want to reach Maria One-chan's level. So I was intensely drawn to her tale and her words.
Boop boop. Angie, is it rough because you're all alone?
It is tough, but just the time I can be like this with you is different. Because I'm not all alone.
Then if Sakutaro becomes your friend, it'll be even more fun. Ew, boo boo. Then starting today, Sakutaro is Angie's new friend, right, Sakutaro?
Maria, man's friend. Angie.
Skillfully moving the stuffed animal like it was a puppet, Maria One-chan expressed Sakutaro's emotions. She was controlling him, but the charming way he waved his short hand and cocked his head to the side made it feel like he really was a new friend called Sakutaro. Of course, looking at it with cold eyes, it would only appear that Maria One-chan was comforting me when I was grumpy. But a soul had definitely been sent into that stuffed animal. The soul of Maria One-chan's love. So I acknowledged the existence of a being called Sakutaro inside that stuffed animal.
Being very specific about the wording here, huh?
Come on. That is my line. Sorry, I forgot how to read my own diary. Come on, say hi to Sakutaro too, Angie. Come on, you say hi too, Sakutaro.
Angie, a scary person.
As Sakutaro timidly looked at me, he unexpectedly met my gaze, and hid behind Maria One-chan's back in surprise. Maria One-chan really is good at playing with stuffed animals.
It's okay, Sakutaro. Angie isn't scary. She's a really nice girl.
Oh, hello. I'm Sakutaro.
Pleased to meet you, Sakutaro. I'm Angie. I'm glad to have a new friend. I held out my hand as though asking for a handshake, and Sakutaro's short hand was stuck out towards me, lightly touching my index finger. After all, when a human and a stuffed animal shake hands, their sizes are too different. This greeting by touching each other's fingers was our handshake.
Ew. Now Angie and Sakutaro are really friends. 2 people are more fun than 1, and 3 people are more fun than 2.
Maria One-chan had given the name Sakutaro to the stuffed animal she was to receive on her birthday, and had warmed and expanded his existence in her heart for a long, long time. Therefore, even before she met him, his existence was sublimated into a personality. Even at the first moment they met, they were already friends. Of course, that wasn't anything extraordinary in Maria One-chan's eyes, although I don't think she'd personified and loved anything quite as much as Sakutaro. She loved the things she owned very much, treating them just like friends or beloved pets. Maybe Aunt Rosa hadn't let her keep a pet at some point in time, so she felt like treasuring objects instead. And maybe she was so isolated that she'd been forced to find a friend nearby. Because of all that, what happened that day wasn't anything extraordinary from her perspective. Even so, Sakutaro... No, maybe I should call it Sakutaro like Maria One-chan. There's no doubt that Sakutaro was a stuffed animal. No, a friend, whom she loved more than anything, or anyone.
You boop. Made friends with a Hawaiian.
Hello, it's Mama. You're in a good mood. Is a friend over?
You boop. Playing with Sakutaro. Sakutaro, knock it off.
It was already about 9 at night. Rosa had asked because this wasn't a good time to have a friend over, and she'd been just a little surprised. But when she thought about it, Maria didn't have any friends who would come over to play, did she? Even so, to think that she'd have so much fun playing with that stuffed animal. Rosa was very pleased that Maria had liked her birthday present so much. Sorry, Mama just can't get her work finished tonight. The next season's lineup is having a tough time. It looks like we're finally starting to get orders bit by bit, and I want to somehow give it a bit more impact so we can answer to their expectations.
So you're spending the night? Sure, okay. Do your best, Mama.
Really? Thank you, Maria. Thanks for being understanding about Mama's work. Rosa was surprised that Maria had accepted so easily that she wouldn't be able to come home from work. To Rosa, having to tell Maria that she'd be coming home late or staying overnight was a huge burden. Maria would start crying about how lonely she was on the other end of the phone, and it took a lot of time and effort to calm her down. To think that Maria would accept it in such high spirits. Is this also thanks to Sakutaro? Rosa was once again pleased that she'd given her daughter such a good present. I'll make sure I come back this time tomorrow. Let's eat dinner together then. You haven't eaten dinner yet, have you, Maria? Buy a bento at the convenience store and eat it. No sweets and no soda. I'll check the receipt and the change, understand?
Ew, whoop. Shopping with Sakutaro. Shopping with Sakutaro.
Hey, not Sakutaro. Have him watch over the house. From Maria's manner of speech, Rosa got the feeling that Maria might have gone shopping with that stuffed animal without her knowing about it.
Sakutaro, we're going shopping on the shopping channel.
Rosa's forehead creased, and after sourly saying that Maria definitely mustn't do that, she hung up.
Ew, Mama said I mustn't go shopping with Sakutaro.
Can't go shopping with Maria. Staying home alone will be lonely.
Why is Mama saying I have to go shopping with Sakutaro? Ew.
I'm sure that if Maria was here with me, it would be embarrassing.
Embarrassing? Why?
Mama says not to take me outside a lot. And she usually says Maria can't do it because she's too old.
Ew, but I'm not embarrassed at all to be with Sakutaro, right?
I'm lying, but I'm a stuffed animal.
You're a lion and a stuffed animal, but you're my friend, so let's go out together, just when Mama isn't around. That's secret. Ew. You aren't saying that you're embarrassed, are you?
I'm not embarrassed, but the people outside are a little scary. Is this the first time we've seen Maria's home?
Yeah, I think so.
Is that it? Then I'll make it so that you can go outside without being scared. Leave it to me, I got something that's really useful. Maria started fishing around her messy room. Rosa often told her to clean it up, but Maria apparently didn't like doing it. However, Maria herself knew more or less where everything was. So much so that if it were to be cleaned up, she would have trouble finding where anything was. Here it is. Hey, look, Sakutaro. A knapsack. Maria proudly held it up high. Sakutaro looked at the knapsack, which was gaping open, squirming as though saying, "Are you serious?"
Maria, you aren't saying.
Ew. This way we can go shopping together, and Sakutaro won't be scared. Maria held Sakutaro up and started stuffing him into the knapsack. First she tried to stick him in head first, but then he'd be upside down and suffocate. So she pulled him out and tried pushing him in again, feet first. Tight grip, dog. Look, it's alright if you stick your head out. It isn't cramped. It isn't dark. It isn't scary. It's a good view. Right. Is it okay for me to go shopping with Maria like this? Yeah, it'll be fine. This scene is really great. I'm really glad I gave the line a really silly voice because I thought it wasn't going to be a thing. What should we get for dinner tonight? Come on, let's go out, Sakutaro. Ooh.
Looks like you're having fun, Maria One-chan.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Even things that would be lonely and boring alone it'll become fun with Sakutaro. And he and my friend would have to go home when it gets late. Sakutaro doesn't go home, so we can be together all the time. He'll watch TV with me, he'll be together even in the futon, and even hold my hand on scary nights when there's thunder. He'll chase away the monsters in the closet and under the bed. Sakutaro is reliable.
So one thing we haven't checked yet.
Yeah?
New art Sakutaro. Damn.
Good. You can't improve on perfection.
That's true.
This one, for once,
Perfect.
the rest were all perfect but got changed. But this one, they finally...
Realized that they didn't
Yeah.
need to change perfection.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since I'm a lion, I'll show my courage and chase away monsters that scare Maria.
Wow, terrifying. They were so close that it made me a little envious. I'm supposedly older now than Maria One-chan was then. But Maria One-chan really is my One-chan, and I still haven't reached her level. If only I had a friend close by like Sakutaro.
Sakutaro and I are your close friends, right? We're always by your side. Just that your magic is weak, so you can't perceive us unless you open my diary like this.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Fear.
Okay. Little interesting.
Perceive. You know some pretty difficult words, Maria One-chan. According to her, this world is full of magic and spirits, and they're as natural and nearby as a light breeze.
You don't normally notice or see the wind, but when intense smoke or something draws trails, you can see it, right?
Right. And even if you can't see it, it's always nearby.
That's it. We're always really close by to you, Angie. Gods and spirits and guardian spirits are always right next to us. But if you aren't conscious of them, you can't feel their existence. Like wind that can't be seen with the eyes. But they certainly are near us, and if they draw trails in the smoke called magic, anyone can see them.
I thought I'd only be able to meet Maria One-chan while this diary was open. But from what she says, she's always with me, and I can meet her at any time if I truly desire to.
Along with the record of my life, I left the fragment of my soul in my diary. So the power of my magic resides in this diary, but it's very faint, so only you can feel it.
The more they describe how magic works, the more I'm like, it's just a fucking fairy tale they tell each other. What the hell?
Only I can tell it's there?
Sheepish Angie. Aw.
Yep. After all, the power of a witch resides in you, just like me. If you study hard, you too will definitely become a great witch in the future.
A witch? I wonder if that'd be fun.
Ew, it is fun. If you do that, you're going to be able to know that Sakutaro and I are always by your side, even without opening the diary. If you do that, every day will become fun. If you do that, I'll introduce you to my many other friends. If you do that every day, we'll get busy and very lively.
You'll get to meet all my other friends, like Beatrice and Virgilia and Lambda Delta. It'll be fun!
It'll be great. Don't worry about it.
That might be fun. I do have the grimoire you left behind, Maria One-chan.
Oh, Grandma Vice, how's he doing?
I'll try reading it seriously sometime.
He's really
soon.
rude, isn't he?
Yeah. If I do that, I won't be all alone anymore, right?
Ew.
Maria One-chan and Sakutaro said that at the same time, happy that I had developed an interest in the world of witches.
Good God. I've got so many questions.
With her knapsack on her back and half of Sakutaro's face peeking out of it, she triumphantly walked through the shopping district late at night. Well, it was that time of day, after all. Everyone in the shopping district was either a shop owner lowering the shutters on their shops, or an employee rushing or else staggering on their way home. Amidst all that, Maria, who was in a good mood like someone on a hike, probably looked quite merry. Every once in a while, passing employees would glance at her back with the eyes of someone seeing something out of place. office ladies giggled at the cute stuffed animal poking its head out of the knapsack. The supermarket had been closed for a while by this time. However, convenience stores, which had been growing in popularity lately, stayed open until midnight. It was very convenient for Maria, whose mother's return was often late. Maria lowered the knapsack from her back, and carrying it like a child in her arms, she headed over to the sweet buns corner. She pointed to a sweet bun she had eaten before, explaining to Sakutaro that this one was delicious, and that one was pretty good too.
I just realized I gave Sakutaro like a cartoon dog voice.
Yeah? Yup. Sakutaro seemed to be enjoying it a lot.
I'm gonna have the 3-colored one with just this one. You can eat bean jam and cream and strawberry jam. But there's sometimes greenish brown bean jam or white bean jam. There should be one kind of bean jam. Just one.
Looks like having different things inside them makes it interesting.
Next I'll have a fruit yogurt. There's fruit in it, but it isn't sweet, right? Yeah, I'm sure Mama will be fine with it. Do you want one too, Sakutaro?
Is that really okay? What about the money?
Ew, no problem. Look at Shotokutaishi. Ew, so I can buy you whatever you want to, Sakutaro. Let's eat together. Would you like some yogurt too, Sakutaro? When Maria made to grab another one of the same fruit yogurt, Sakutaro bent his head slightly, worried.
But I can't eat a big one, so a small one will be fine.
Ew, then how about a small yogurt? It's 30 yen. That's cheap.
That's good enough for me. Yogurt with Maria.
Yogurt with Sakutaro. Ooh.
Maria put the 3-colored bread and the 2 yogurts into a shopping basket and brought them to the register. The man running the register had been in charge of the tobacco shop that had been here until last year, where Maria also shopped.
I seem to be seeing you a lot this time of day, you little lady. You're a good girl, but maybe you'd better come with your mother if you're not going to go shopping at this time in the future. If you're going shopping at this time in the future, okay?
Mama said it's okay, so it's fine. Always comes home late because of her work, but we aren't lonely, right, Sakutaro?
Really? That sounds tough. Here, I'll give you some free soda. The man working at the store took a can of leftover soda or something from behind the register and packed it into the bag with everything else.
Thank you, mister. Ooh. Isn't that great, Sakutaro?
Since she had been told not to buy soda, she couldn't take it back home, so she decided to drink it on her way back and not bring the empty can back home. With the vinyl bag with the sweet bun in it around her elbow, holding the knapsack with Sakutaro in it with that same arm, and drinking her soda, the two of them walked home.
Yuzu kosher soda isn't really good. You want to try it too, Sakutaro?
You're mean, Maria. Nasty.
It sure is.
Of course.
Of course, it's not like she could actually make a stuffed animal drink soda. That would take magic. She just put the can to Sakutaro's mouth and pretended to tilt it. But it was fun for Maria to share the taste of this weird drink that she had gotten for free with Sakutaro. There was a huge moon in the sky. At times, that moon had been clouded by tears when she'd been unmanageable during Rosa's overnight stays, and when she'd been scolded by her mother. But this moon was very warm, and it seemed to watch over the two of them as they enjoyed their trip home by themselves. Maria and Sakutaro. Angie watched the two of them go from behind. She looked so warm from behind. After looking at the backs of Maria One-chan and Sakutaro together, it became very hard to remember all of those long nights when she'd cried because her mother hadn't come home. I couldn't say it to Maria One-chan, but if I'd been in the same position, I may have given a stuffed animal the name Sakutaro, but it wouldn't have been anything more or less than a stuffed animal. Anyone can make a relationship that only distracts you from your loneliness, but Maria One-chan was different. Sakutaro isn't a stuffed animal or a toy. He was a real friend, and far from just distracting Maria from her loneliness, he changed the nights without her mother into a fun time where they could play all by themselves. Was it because Sakutaro was a special stuffed animal? Because her mother had made it herself? Because it was very, very cute?
It's the damn cutest.
Probably not. If there's a secret here, it doesn't lie within Sakutaro. I think it probably lies within Maria One-chan.
What a cute little lion.
This is the power of magic you were talking about, Maria One-chan?
Woo. Knowing magic means that you notice a lot of friends right beside you that you didn't notice before. It's fun as having a bunch of new toy shops pop up all over the neighborhood.
If even I, locked up in an academy without a single friend, had power like Maria One-chan, I wonder if I could make my days just a bit richer. I wonder if I'll be able to honestly shed tears on nights I feel like crying, to smile on gray nights.
Yep, you can. You can do it. I can read your mind. After all, you also have what it takes to become a witch.
What it takes to become a witch?
I have what it takes to become a witch too, so I've still got a lot more studying and training to do. I'll definitely become a wonderful witch, flying in the sky on a broom, drawing rainbows with my cane, making candy fall from the sky. I can definitely do it. Then I'll show you too. It'll definitely be like a scene from a wonderful dream.
Maria One-chan said that, making an absolute promise with her smile. There's no way I can become a witch. But if Maria One-chan says that, it makes me feel that maybe I really can become a witch. Because in reality, on that desolate night when no flower of a smile could possibly have bloomed, her magic surely gave birth to a smile. I wonder if I can become a witch.
You can. You're a bit older, so your soul is bound by a bit more by gravity. That might make training tougher than it is for me. But you definitely can do it. After all, you're already touching a small piece of magic right now. It's the Maria seal of approval. Boop.
I am? Magic?
Yeah, come on, look, in a world where I don't exist, you summoned me and you're talking with me.
This is magic?
Yeah, you've expanded the fragment of my soul that I left in my diary and you're reviving me right now. Also said a short while ago, right? Since you managed to reunite with me and have a conversation, since you're able to smile every once in a while, you must have some magical talent, Angie. Here, Maria One-chan guarantees it. Ooh, woo. Twinkle.
You said it a second ago, One-chan. I thought I could meet you only while the diary was open, but you're really nearby all the time, right? If I had more of the power of magic, would I be able to see you? And just like now, would I be able to talk with you, One-chan? At any time?
Yep, we can talk at any time. I'm there by your side to say good morning and even during class. Let's talk together during dull classes to distract you from your boredom. I'll also be there to talk to you during meals, so let's see together like this during lunch break. We're with you after school too, and of course I'm always by your side, even after you return to the dormitory. It's just that you don't see me except when the diary is opened.
Without diary, it cannot be seen. Even when I close the diary, Maria One-chan, you'll be by my side, right?
Yep, I'll be there. So if you try to see me and try to talk to me, I'll definitely be able to answer. If you look strongly tired to talk, that is.
I'll give it a try.
It isn't easy, okay? It isn't going to go well all of a sudden, got it?
I understand. I'm sure it won't be easy. But I want to be like you, Maria One-chan.
I want to be like me too. I understand. Then look at me well. Look closely.
Okay.
Slowly open and close your eyes. Can't shut them for a long time all of a sudden. After burning my form into your eyes, try to make it blend into the inside of your eyelids.
Yeah.
I'll get a torch.
I'm doing it.
Once you can visualize me, even when your eyes are closed, without changing anything, slowly and softly close your eyes again. How is it? Can you still see me?
Yes. I think I can probably see you.
Then try opening your eyes for a second. Now for the real thing. Calm your heart and close the diary. That time, my form may disappear for a second, but calm your heart and don't get anxious. And then try to make the me that's blended into the inside of your eyelids blend back into your eyes. Slowly visualize me in the empty air. In the empty air, see me.
Yeah, I'm okay. Then I'll close the diary.
Ew.
Slowly, I closed it. When I did so, a gray reality filled with dull air unfolded. Of course, Maria One-chan's form disappeared. Give it all you've got. Have courage. Take the first step into the world of witches. I felt like Maria One-chan was cheering me on inside my heart. She's cheering me on? Really? Or do I just think that she is? No, that's wrong. It's because I think this that I cannot see her. Maria One-chan is always by my side. And even now, she's definitely there, cheering me on to do my best. That reached my ears.
Gay. Gay. Homosexual. Gay.
So I mustn't ignore it like it's my imagination or the voice of my own heart. I believe that Maria One-chan is there. I mustn't doubt. I believe. One-chan said she'd always be by my side. I must not doubt that. But looking at that empty space by the empty back wall of the school building, amidst those almost heartlessly boring rays of sunlight, calling out her name was unexpectedly difficult. The chains of common sense that had clung to me until today sneered at me, telling me that calling out to the empty air was ridiculous. It was almost like being told to take a step forward off the roof of a skyscraper overlooking a sea of lights. Huh. It's Maria One-chan saying it. It's alright. She's saying that I'm someone who can do it. Stop thinking that you might fall or that it'd be foolish to take a step off a roof. And free yourself from those chains of common sense.
Ooh, nothing personal, bitch.
Okay. I steadied my breathing. I concentrated my mind. Make the vivid form of Maria One-chan in the empty space before you rise to the surface. Understand magic and see Maria One-chan. Maria One-chan.
Huh? Is someone there?
At that time, I was answered by a rustle in the bushes and a wild cry, and I came to my senses. It looked like I wasn't the only one behind the school building. No, since I'd been so immersed in the world of the diary, I hadn't noticed someone coming. I recognized a group of 3 beyond the bushes. They were kids from my class. In their appearance, it felt as though they'd come behind the school building to gossip about someone or talk in secret. I hurried out of that place, because if it became known that I'd been alone in a place like this, mumbling to myself, it'd become a pain again. She said it, right? Wait. Oh, no.
Yeah, well,
No.
okay. She said it right. She said it right. She said Maria One-chan or something, right? Isn't that creepy? She's seeing spirits or something, isn't she? Ah! Yoshiromi, it sounds so funny.
I could hear the shrill, loud laughter from behind.
They get Beato laugh.
Yeah. Irritated and feeling that Maria One-chan had been made fun of, I left that place at a quick pace, and then a jog once I turned the corner. I might have made it to One-chan's world with just a little more time. It was frustrating, aggravating. Why does everyone get in my way? I haven't gotten in anyone else's way, not even once. I ran and ran, but it still felt as though I could hear their shrill laughter.
Well,
Well, indeed.
If that doesn't set the tenor for this, I don't know what will. So it looks like that in addition to the game itself, we're also going to be getting a bunch of bits from ANGE's. I guess not past. Past seems like the wrong way to put it.
Future past? Future.
We're getting a bit more
Angie's
details.
a future past.
Yeah, it's
That's the name of the episode.
awesome. Excellent. So join us next time when we'll delve back more into the world of 1998, which should be a lot of fun here. Good God, who is this person? Find out next time. We only have 2 names on the tip screen.
Maybe what's on the next screen as well. We also already have a death. Wow. Oh, what? The tip screen's all different.
Oh my God. Even after throwing herself off the top of a skyscraper, she miraculously survived unharmed. For that mystical experience, she threw away everything and went on a journey by herself to learn her past. She break through pages of magic from her position 12 years. Makes it sound like she's just going through what happened in the... And also, this is the first time that we've actually had one of the routes seem very final. Because this only happens in the version of the game where Ava wins.
Yeah.
After being repeatedly hospitalized because of a psychogenic stress, she already died in the world in 1998 due to acute heart failure. She lived her later years in isolation with no one to understand her, and is the only survivor from Rokkenjima. The meteor gave her the name the Queen of Suspicion. She continued to make reckless expansions of her business just like Kinzo had done in the past, which earned her many enemies. By her later years, she was doing it merely to harass people, as if she enjoyed it, rather than for financial gain. And it was all done for the sake of Angie, who would eventually succeed her. Yeah, because this definitely seems like it locks in what like...
Maybe.
Interesting.
It could be multiple layers of different imaginary worlds all the way down.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't fucking know.
Anyway, I'm gonna actually end the episode now. Sorry about that.
Smash that like, comment and subscribe.